Hi, Matt here. I'm very excited to talk about a project I've been working on for over the past year, a game called Hypersyntax. It all started with 3 people working on this game during a fall semester senior year of college, a designer, an artist, and me, the programmer. As the sole programmer, I was responsible for the framework, the GUI, the game system, and the multiplayer that Hypersyntax relies on. The most important part of Hypersyntax is the trails the players leave behind them throughout the gameplay. These trails act as persistent colliders throughout the entirety of the match and need to be efficient to allow long play without affecting FPS. It was therefore important to set up a system to handle thousands of colliders on a map at once. In order to do this, I utilized a based cylinder collider, which was then manipulated depending on how the players flew. I extended the colliders during straight flight, so it was just one long collider per line. However, should the player make a drastic turn, the system then began to spawn new colliders. These colliders were big enough to limit the number of colliders in the level while maintaining the complexity of the player's curve. I did this because I didn't want to match the curve point for point and therefore spawn a bunch of colliders, but match it just enough that the players wouldn't notice it in gameplay while maintaining the system's efficiency. All these colliders were then bound under a volume hierarchy in order to handle the complexity and the number of the colliders. The second most important part was rendering the colliders to the screen. This was to provide a smooth visualization of all the colliders the players were creating during real time. I accomplished this by creating a mesh blend of 2D textures which was then billboarded to the player camera. This limited the processing power since it only had to handle one 2D texture, and it still worked great in our game. These two systems combined allow what I like to call a spaghetti of trails, or what the map looks like at the end of a game. However, after about 4 months of working on this, we decided to add new members to the team. 2 of these new members were programmers, which then made me become the lead programmer of a team. I was therefore introduced to new concepts such as task delegation and maintaining relations between programmers and the rest of the team. Therefore, I ensured the programmers were happy with their tasks, not being overworked, and we maintained a common vision for the game. However, on top of all these, I still continued to maintain the framework I set off in the previous months, and also helped out the designers and artists by building tools and custom scripts for their individual levels. Back in 2015, our game was greenlit on Steam Greenlight, which was very exciting for all of us, but due to circumstances outside team control, I was once again the sole programmer on the team. That means that all programming work since the Greenlight has been me working on it, on top of the 40 plus hours a week I commit to my full-time job. However, my full-time job and the amount of work needed to put into this hasn't stopped me from improving the game. One such improvement I've been working on is improving the artificial intelligence currently within Hypersyntax. The current system uses a node graph, which is alright for prototyping in our beta game, but however, it can't really handle moving objects or complex levels that much. Therefore, I've been working on implementing a sparse voxel octree, which is more expandable and dynamic, and also allows navigating whatever complex levels that we may come up with in the future. I've also been working on improving the rendering, by bringing it to a higher quality fit for releasing on Steam. And of course, I continue to work on new tools to help out the team where they need it, and also continue working on new features to bring the game to a quality that we desire. Thanks for watching, and remember to comment if you have any questions or want to learn more. Bye.
Thank you.